Let's find out about BJ Hall. Give me your background a little bit. You played some sports, I can tell that.
Yeah, I played a little bit. I played in the Canadian Football League for a couple of years with the Toronto Argonauts. Played in the Arena Football League for 5 years, all over the world. Tampa Bay Storm, that's local. Orlando Predators, Dallas Vigilantes. Last year I played with New Orleans Voodoo.
And what position do you play?
Quarterback.
You're a quarterback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was a quarterback.
Was a quarterback. Okay. And so you're not playing anymore now?
Yeah, I'm retired.
You're retired now?
Yeah.
And what was it like, though? Tell me about that experience.
I loved it, man. I loved the game of football, man, ever since I was young, man. So to have the opportunity to go and play professionally was truly a blessing to me, man. So I loved every minute of it.
The Canadian Football League, obviously different. So where did you go to college? Where did you play college ball?
Troy University, and I finished up at Weber International.
Okay, so was it a big adjustment then to go up to Canada? I mean, it's different, right? It's not the same as here.
It was totally different, man. And I'll tell you a story. As a rookie, I got into a game, and the rules are totally different. It's 3 downs, and as a rookie, I was the Hail Mary guy. So, it was the last play of the game, and I went to throw a Hail Mary, but I seen everybody back like 50 yards, the defense. I was like, man, I'm not throwing a pick my first pass, So I ran and I picked up like 30 yards and was like, okay, so the coaches came on the field, they were yelling at me, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, if you would have punted it, if you would have punted the ball and we would have picked it up, it would have been our ball and we would have had another down. And I looked at him like, what are you talking about? But it was just the rules are totally different up there, man. It's 3 downs. The field is 120 yards. The width is 60, so it's a big field as well.
See, the Canadians, they got to make everything different. They don't even have real bacon. You know what I'm saying? Is that bacon? No, it's not. It's like, it's ham, isn't it? You lived up there. Come on, don't tell me that's bacon. It's ham.
For all my Canadians that's listening, that's not me talking.
I'm just kidding you, Canadians. I love you people and everything. I'm just saying, get some real bacon and get back to me. Until then, I can't handle it. It's not real bacon. All right, so what made you retire? Why'd you say just injuries, tired, time to move on? What?
I just had a will, man. I think God spoke to me one day and said, I have you here to help younger guys. You played your downs. You need to give what you've learned back to the community and back to the kids.
I love that. And that's what Team Florida's all about.
That's what Team Florida's about.
Isn't that awesome? Okay.
That's a good thing.
All right, because you're still in the prime of your career. You could still play another 5 to 10 years.
I still could play.
Sure you could. But you're listening to God's call in your life.
Yes,
sir. All right, BJ Hall, you played about what? So total about 8 or 9 years professional football.
About 6.
6 years, but don't correct me on my show. No, it's all right. So I didn't do the math. All right, 6 years professional football in the Arena League and the Canadian Football League. And then God spoke to you and said, no, that's not what I gave you those gifts for. I want you to go do something else. Was that frightening at that moment when you're thinking about God saying to you, you go in the other direction now?
Briefly. Why I say that? Because when I transitioned, it was something that I loved to do just as much as football. So once I got started and got into it, it was like I wasn't missing anything.
So you started Team Florida. Tell us what that is.
Team Florida is an off-season football program that I started this year. It was generated to help kids get an opportunity to go to college, pretty much academically and for sports and for football. We do a lot in the community. That's foremost because I want to teach them, it's more than just about football. We also have a tutoring program. We've teamed up with We Believe in Me and also the.
We just had Jerry Watch on this morning on the morning show.
I know Jerry very well.
Yes.
And also the Community Learning Center to help with academics. So we do a lot, man. We travel. We go to different tournaments to help kids play against some of the best kids in the country, and also we take college tours to let the kids, see what colleges are like.
We were talking to Jerry this morning, and I want you to touch on this. The demands of even a high school athlete to try to keep up their grades, have any kind of social life, maybe even have to get a job on the side as well, and then have to do everything that the sport requires. That's an awful lot for a young person to have to manage. That's got to be a lot of what you're trying to help them with, is to be able to manage that properly and navigate the bumps in the road so that they have the chance to get that scholarship, right?
Absolutely. But I also teach them, there's no excuses because it has to be done. So in our program, we try to generate an atmosphere of, the way it's supposed to be and how it's going to be. And they come through us, and hopefully when they finish, they understand what it's going to be like at the next level.
In that summertime, specifically, you're talking about so it's off season when they're out of school and everything, right?
Starting around spring, we'll have our tryouts coming up in January.
Okay.
And we'll go from January all the way till about July. I mean, we're still going now.
So it's a traveling team, basically.
It's a travel team, but I don't like to call it that. We're
Okay.
off-season football program, so
Right.
we're pretty much here to help kids get better on and off the field.
Yeah, off the field. That's a key element, all right? If somebody like you isn't there to be a role model for them and kind of give them some guidance on life, the bad guy is going to teach them to be a drug dealer really fast, so to steal a car, to do the other things real fast. They're waiting to be the teacher. So it's time for us as a community to step up and help young people to really see the right way to do things, to set that foundation for life, right?
We do. I mean, if you saw on the news, in which I don't watch it a lot, but when I did, first thing I saw was a 16-year-old kid, killed another 17-year-old kid down in St. Petersburg, Florida. And, if they would have, I feel like if they would have been doing something, if somebody would have, grabbed them and said, hey, let's do this positive, they wouldn't have been in that situation.
You're absolutely right about that. The kids today, and I talk about this a lot on the show because it's important for people to get, they're not really understanding it, all right? They face more attack, more difficulties than we ever did growing up, okay? We didn't have to deal with the internet or with reality television or with the violence that's going on now that we see, these mass murders those things didn't happen when I was a kid.
Right.
At least we didn't know about it. It was on CNN 2 seconds after it happened. And so they really do face more than we do. More spiritual warfare, more attacks, more difficulties. So we got to raise them up. We got to help them. We got to stand with them and really guide and nurture them through this process, don't we?
We do. And, it has to be more, I believe athletes need to stand up more that are in the professional field, need to come back and give back to the communities a little bit more than they're doing. I would love to get a shout out to Louis Murphy, who just joined our organization. He'll be helping out about the receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He'll be helping out with our organization a lot. So, he's a guy that's taken a step, and I think it should be a lot more that should.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a responsibility if you put that uniform on and you collect the paycheck. That money comes from us, okay? You say, well, no, the owner paid it. No, the ticket sales and the TV and the revenue, all that came in from all of us, that's what paid for it.
Absolutely.
So there is a responsibility there, and it does get lost in all of this sometimes,
Right.
I spent 7 years in youth ministry, and I don't have any children. And people used to give me a hard time about it. Well, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time with that? They're not even your kids, and what are you doing? They don't get it. BJ, they're all our kids. Each kid that you work with is our kid. It's your kid, it's my kid, it's our kid. And we have a responsibility to help that kid. When you see it happen. When you see them start to turn around, when they get the confidence back, when they start seeing the right instead of the wrong, and they want to do the next right thing. It's an amazing thing to be part of, isn't it?
It is. I mean, we have a kid who started out, and I won't call his name out, but he started out with the program on a second grade reading level. And, we took him and we put him in our tutoring program with the Community Learning Center. And now he's on pace to, start all those classes over and start from the beginning. But now he understands this is what I need to do. And we're going to change his life. Because before then, he was just pretty much on the streets every day. He didn't have a father or mother or anything like that was in his life consistently.
And see, again, people don't understand the ramifications of that. That's a kid that could have gone off the rails and caused quite a bit of trouble in our society, in our area. But now, not only is that not going to happen, but the reverse is going to be possible. Now he's going to get a chance for an education. Now he's going to get a chance to be a productive member of our society and somebody that could actually do some awesome stuff and make the real changes that are necessary. We have to get this next generation ready. We've already destroyed stuff. My generation, I'm a lot older than you are, all right? I'm in my early 90s. What? I am. What are you looking at us? Well, I am. I look good for early 90s, don't I? They're going to be running things real soon. So that kid, like you just talked about, he's going to get a chance maybe to go to college now.
Yep.
If you get to go to college, you get the education, then you have choices, then you have opportunities, then you can do stuff, and you limit yourself if you don't. And you're only limiting yourself. So again, this program, Team Florida, isn't just about football. I mean, football is a vehicle for you because of what you did.
Absolutely.
And it's a way to teach, and it's a way to get them engaged, to get them there.
Right.
But then once you get them there, then it's so much more than that, isn't it?
It is. I mean, we play the game, but we do so much more. I mean, we film each practice and we come back the week after and we critique those kids. And it's not just about football and that, it's teaching them how to be structured and be held accountable. Each game, we film it, we come back the following week and we critique them. So that carries over, and I tell people, I think football is the biggest analogy to life, out of any sport.
I kind of agree with that. You have to trust other people and work together as a team.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you even have to trust people that you don't really like, that you don't get along with. But you still, when you're working together, you've got to trust and you've got to work together. Each of the 11 guys on that particular side of the field, your side of the field, has to all do their job. If 10 people do their job extremely well and one person does not,
It's not good enough.
you're not going to get any yards in that play.
Right.
And somebody could get hurt, okay? The quarterback can get hurt. Somebody could get hurt if one person doesn't do their job. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that, and the effort that it takes, the discipline required, the determination. All these are qualities that are going to serve them well in life. It is a great analogy. I think sports in general is an excellent classroom.
Right.
An excellent opportunity to say to a young person, okay, look, I'm going to teach you football, or I'm going to teach you baseball, or whatever, but really what I'm teaching you is about life.
Right.
And how to prepare yourself for the next level. When you get to a job, you're not going to like everybody, but you got to work with them. And you're not going to some days want to do your job. You're going to be in a bad mood. You're going to be tired. You're going to be whatever. You still got to do your job that day. And you're going to understand the ramifications. Again, if you don't do your job, we don't win the game. Again, you don't do well in business, you don't win. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. There are endless life lessons to be had by teaching the game of football.
Yep. And I'll say, lastly, I have a great support system, man. The guys that are around me to make this thing click is, phenomenal, man. My dad, Richard Hall, he's great. C.J. Davis, who's sitting next to me, he's a part of this. Myron Dillard, he's a high school football coach, up and coming, who's at St. Petersburg High, and also Austin Debakowski, if I'm saying it right, my fault, but those guys that are around me, and Mike Williams as well, they do a fantastic job with helping me keep this thing together and guiding those kids. Because you got to have the right people around you to be able to do it, and I feel like we do.
Which is yet another life lesson. Jacob, you were just saying that earlier. You got to surround yourself with the right people, right? It's all about, again, the environment you set for yourself, Jacob. As you're hearing him, he's echoing exactly what you were saying a little while ago.
Exactly. You have to set an environment and stick with it. Sometimes it's easy to get back into a negative environment. It's just much easier.
Absolutely.
But you have to stick with the people that want to lift you up rather than drag you back.
Right.
So it's simple.
And you're absolutely right. That's not always the easiest road to travel. Yeah, okay, come over here. We're having fun. Don't worry about it.
Because it looks fun. Sometimes it does look fun.
Yeah, but then in the way things get lost, and you're not prepared, and you're not going to be able to handle the rigors and the ups and downs of life. Life is not an easy road sometimes, and you have to be prepared for that. So a lot of it does come to who you surround yourself with, and
especially when you're growing, when you're getting older, as you're.
Why'd you look right at my stomach when you said it?
It wasn't intentional.
Oh, okay.
So when you're getting older, as you're learning things, you're not going to. You need somebody to guide you.
Right.
So someone who's been through these things.
And again, they're going to listen to you. I mean, you're a professional athlete. You've been where they would want to go, and you have life lessons to share about your own stuff. The story you told us earlier, the things that you've done, that carries weight with them,
right.
And they're going to listen to you.
Well, I feel like I have a formula for them, man. I've had some ups, and I've had a lot of downs. And so now I just want to, show them, like, no matter what, you can do anything you want to do. You're young, man. I've had some downs where I've looked at it at the point in time where I felt, man, how am I going to get out of this? Just like you were talking about earlier, man, your faith. I had to grab faith from someone because I didn't have anybody at some point. I was like, man, where can I grab it from? And I would get in my Bible and I would talk to God. And people look at me like I'm crazy, man. Like, who's he talking to, man? But but I had to grab that faith, man, and pull forward and climb a mountain that most don't get out of.
Yeah.
And so I want to teach that to these kids, man. So a lot of the ones, we have a lot of at-risk kids as well, man. Single mothers that look at it like, I don't have a way out. But I teach them it is a way out. And there's no excuses.
And there's no way that it can't. Anything is possible with God. Anything, guys and girls. So no matter where you are, the darkest spot, the lowest spot, where you think, no, I can't, it's done, I'm hopeless. No, there's no such thing, okay? Because He's right there. and he's ready to help you. You just got to feel it. You got to feel his presence. Don't ever lose track of the fact that he's right there. I promise you this. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap all this up. We're having a great show here right now. BJ Hall, Jacob right here with us. We all have that special skill. You guys, you're using it for the kingdom, and I absolutely love that. That mindset of you going back and helping the others. I'm absolutely thrilled to hear what you're doing, and I'm proud of you too. We're going to talk about this